Hi, Computer 8 class. So our last assignment, we were working with transitions. So you worked with me through choosing a college, where we went to the transitions. We looked at their effect options. We added a sound. We also looked at the duration to either slow down or speed up the transition. We took it off of mouse click and we put it on after for 2 seconds. So that way, if I'm watching my slideshow, it works on its own. The transitions are going, and they have sounds. So that's what we did the last assignment. Today we're going to work with animations. And again, I'd like to have you open up choosing a college, and I'd like you to work with me through this video. So if you have to, pause it and then go back to it. Because I would like for you to work with the animations, and then I'll give you your assignment, your handout after that. So on choosing a college, let's be on slide 1 and pick a college that you would like. I've copied. I went to Bowling Green. Now, if I paste, I have a Bowling Green Falcons. I used that first paste. It didn't come up, but if I go down to this third option, picture, it actually shows up then. So you might have to do the same thing. And my logo came in a white box, which I don't want. So I'm going to go up to my format, remove background. I'm going to drag this box out here and see if I can't get most of it to show up. I got a lot of this in here, so I'm going to hit my plus sign, keep areas, and see if I can't get more of this to show up. Sorry guys, there's a lot of white here that's not coming in. I'll see if I can do this quickly. All right, oh, I got a little bit of my G left. All right, so if I click off, I now have my logo. It is not in a white box. And I'm going to copy this. Let's also, let's put it on our last slide, slide 6. So let's copy and paste it and put it on. So it should be on slide 1 and slide 6. All right. I'm not liking my theme since I'm dealing with Bowling Green and I got bubbles on there and I don't like this. I'm going to pick something that's more Bowling Green colors. So you might have to do the same thing. I'm going to go to design. I'm going to open up my themes. I'm kind of liking this one here. I know it's not Bowling Green colors, but I got my variants. So I'm going to come over here and click on the orange. So that looks a lot nicer. So if you have to go through and look at change your theme, do that as well, and see if you can't get colors dealing with your college that you chose. Let's see here. Let's look at animations. So we have up the top, we have an animation tab. And I'm going to have to make my logo just a little smaller there. So let's click on the text box, choosing a color. And I'm gonna, again, I'm on the animations tab. I'm gonna open up my animations. Animations is what's gonna make our things come alive and do things. So we got entrance, we got emphasis, we got exits, and if I scroll down, we also have motion pass. And if you look, I can click on more entrance effects. So there is more there. So yes, I actually have a lot of options. Maybe I'm going to choose zoom. So it kind of showed me what it was going to do. Again, I have my effect options. So I'm going to look at my effect options. Object center, slide center. When you're working with animations, I think I would always get in the habit of taking it off of on click, because when you're doing your slideshow, you don't want to have to click through those. I'm going to change it to after previous. I might slow mine down a little bit. It seems like it's going pretty fast. If I hit my preview, I kind of like that a little better. So I put an animation on choosing a college. up at the top here, we have animation pane. So I'm going to have you open up animation pane. So here, and if you look, I got the 0 here, here's the 0. So it's telling me, here's the animation that I chose. Now, let's say I want to put a second animation on choosing a college. So I'm going to make sure I got choosing a college. If I want to add, I got to add a second one to it. I'm going to hit this plus sign where it says add animation. If I want to override my zoom, I would then just click on something else and it'll override it. But I'm going to go back and keep my zoom because I liked it. And now I also have to change all of this too. All right, so now I'm going to add a second animation to it. And you really don't want to add tons and tons of animation to one object. But maybe after that I want to teeter it a little bit. So I'm just going to show you what this would look. So now my animation pane, it shows my first animation, and now it has my second animation. And again, I'm going to change this to after previous. My duration is 2 seconds. And what are my effect options as one object? So now if I show my preview, it should do my first animation, and then it does my second animation. It does a teeter. If I would want both animations to happen at the same time, I could take it off of after previous and I could change it to with previous. And if I preview it, those two should happen now at the same time. So it comes in and it teeters kind of at the same time. So it really depends on how you like it. I would just make sure it's not on click because you don't want to have to click through your animations. I'm going to change mine back to after previous. Let's go to your logo that you have. And let's put an animation. I'm going to emphasize my logo. Maybe I'm going to do color pulse. Let me see what effect options I have. I kind of like that. I'm going to take it off of on click. I'm going to put it after previous so it automatically happens. The duration to me is kind of fast again, so I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I'm going to hit my preview. So it's going to go through choosing a college, and then it's going to color pulse my logo. Over in your animation pane, let's say I want my logo to go first. I could take this and I can drag it up. So now it's my first animation. So if I preview it, it's going to happen first. And then I'm going to get my my choosing a college. So you can rearrange your animations based on dragging them up and down through your animation pane. Let's say I actually want to take the teeter off, which is this one here. I can open this drop down, and I'm going to, you can always remove it. So you can always remove animations that way too. So mine will go through that, and now it doesn't have the teeter on it. I actually like the teeter, so I'm going to hit my undo. Another option we have, so I'm going to be on my logo, and I'm going to open up this drop down, and I'm going to go to effect options. And we can also put sound on animations. So we had put sound on our transitions. Actually, that for our transitions, it showed up here. On animations, it doesn't, but we can open up that drop down over here. And maybe I want to applause. I'm going to hit OK. So now as my animation goes, it also has a sound with it. All right. So why don't you mess around with your slide one and then come back to this video. But I want you to look at the different animations, look at the effect options, have your animation pane opened up. I would get in the habit of changing these to either start previous or with previous, whichever way you like it. Mess with your duration. Again, kind of mess with your animation pane. You can rearrange your animations, open up, go to effect options, put a sound on one of your animations. The other thing I want to show you is on slide 2. If I choose, say, a bulleted list, and I'm going to go to, maybe I want to do float in. So my effect options, I can either change it from going up or down. Maybe I'll bring mine down. But if I want to do them all at once, it'll put them, as a group. Or if I can do it by paragraph, which would do one line at a time. So you may want to, on your bulleted list, look at all at once or by paragraph. You can do it line by line. So what I would like you to do is go through your choosing a college and go through your 6 slides and put animations on different objects. And again, make sure they're off of on click, but after previous or with previous, look at your durations. Also add some sound to some of them. And once you're done with that, come back to the video. All right, thanks. Have fun with the animations. All right, one last thing I do want to show you with animations is, let's see, I'm going to go down to slide 6. And I'm going to click on my logo. And one thing that I really didn't go over before is if I open up my animations, if I scroll down, I got motion pass. And remember, you always have more entrance, more emphasis, more exit effects. So take a look at those if you didn't do that earlier. But under motion pass, we also have a custom path. So I can create my own path. So maybe I want this logo to actually kind of scribble around and go around and move around. And maybe I want to end it here. So I'm going to double click. So I start up here and I'm going to end with my logo down here. So you can create your own motion path. So, and again, then maybe I'm going to change that to after previous. My duration of 2 seconds is okay. I could always slow that down if I need to. I can open up my effect options. And again, maybe I want to put sound on this. Maybe I want it to sound like an arrow's going. All right, so what I would like you to do on slide 6 now is if you have put some animations on that logo on slide 6 in your animation pane, practice removing some of those animations and try putting a motion path on that logo that you have on slide 6. Don't get too crazy, but again, I don't want you to freeze up your computer. All right, but have fun with that. And then when you're done with that, come back to the video. All right, so now that we have worked with animations, I'm going to have an assignment for you. You will open up the Oscars again. So the last assignment, we opened up the Oscars and you guys put transitions. So this time, you will have different animations to put on some of the different slides. And once you have finished the animations, then I do want you to, through Google Classroom, send me the Oscars, and that will be graded. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and have fun with the animations. Okay, bye-bye.